Sunday afternoon. I'm just now getting around because my day yesterday, when I say it didn't go as planned, yeah, it didn't go as planned. Another visit to the hospital. This time, I attribute it to a very drastic medication change, and the medication was a benzo that my doctor pulled me off of, really with no rhyme or reason. And me working in the mental health field, I know myself that never is a good idea. I just kind of went along with it, and here I am paying for it. Yeah, yesterday was not good. Good news is I'm up and around and better today. My doctor is a good person, because when she heard the state I was in on the phone yesterday, she was actually at the cabin with some of her friends where she goes, and she left there, drove home to where she lives, to where her office is, to look at my chart, to go through some things. We changed up a sleeping medicine that I've been having trouble with, because this post-COVID syndrome that we're dealing with, it's a syndrome. It needs a name. Someone needs to name this thing, and they need to start working at treatment on it, because nobody's talking about it, and people are dealing with it. They're suffering with it. There's those of us out there that are having headaches every day, like the one I'm having today. We're having the fatigue, we're having the anxiety, we're having just the overall feeling of not feeling well. Just this oddest set of symptoms that don't make any sense, and it's all post-COVID. And people need to start talking about it, because it's happening and it's real. And the emotional toll that it's taking on some of us is landing people like me in the hospital. I don't have my outlet to relieve my stress, because my outlet is exercise. Well, I take my exercising really seriously. I don't know the meaning of slow down, or I don't know, do something simple. I just go in there and go nuts when I do kickboxing, and even when I go to the gym to lift weights. And so I end up inevitably putting myself back. I end up not able to work. I end up just completely run down from the outlet I need to get over the syndrome I have from stupid COVID, from what I got from just doing my job and doing everything right, doing what they said, wear your mask, sanitize and wash your hands. Everything that they said do, I did. And here I am on a Sunday afternoon at like 2, just now attempting to get up, because I have to spend my weekends basically on bed rest, like I did when I had mono. Yeah, this is exactly the life I want at 40. But what do we do, those of us that have this post-COVID, whatever they call it? They officially diagnosed me with chronic fatigue syndrome, just to put a name to something. But this is not true chronic fatigue syndrome. That's almost an insult to the people who have the true chronic fatigue syndrome. Those patients who are housebound and have to have people take care of them. I mean, their disease is a different disease. At least I'm able to get up and take a shower and sit here and do my hair. I've watched videos of the patients who are true chronic fatigue syndrome patients lying in bed, barely able to get up and talk. And I'm like, well, that's heartbreaking. I mean, those poor people, what kind of quality of life do they have? I mean, almost none. And for a few weeks, I was kind of like that, but I have gotten somewhat better. And while I have days that I am extremely fatigued, I'm able to push through. I am sitting up here. I did get up and take a shower, and I am about to go get groceries and do things like that. Those patients can't do that. They can't. So I feel like it is an insult to classify me with them, because they have far more struggles than I'm having. Far more struggles. So what do we call us? The long haulers thing, sorry, I'm not down with that. Don't name me after a moving company. Who came up with that? Please let someone who's actually dealing with this at least name it. And is there a support group anywhere, like on Facebook, that anybody knows about that I don't know about? Because I just don't have time to look, because I'm still out here trying to live my life and trying to work at least some. And I know that you guys think this is random and I'm doing my hair and talking to you. Doing things like this makes me feel somewhat normal. I don't know if any of you that struggle with this do this, but getting up every day, going to work, putting makeup on makes me feel like I haven't lost all of myself. Even though I feel like I do. Or have, even though I feel like I have. You know, everybody's so focused on fighting about the vaccine and vaccine mandates right now, and they're not seeing the patients like us that are out there. And I saw somebody post, if I see another sheep post somewhere about COVID in regards to the 99% survival rate, even people that I like Michael Knowles and things like that I think are smart and are capable of doing research and thinking for themselves and whatnot, who come across almost insulting to patients like me who, yes, we've survived. Yeah, I had COVID. I survived. And look at my life now. Previously healthy 49-year-old female. Now sometimes can barely walk across a parking lot. Has to use an inhaler. Has workout-induced asthma, exercise-induced asthma. None of this was here prior to COVID. Yeah. Call me a sheep. But at this point in time, I don't know what to do. I just don't. No doctor wants to talk about it. They're tired of hearing about it. They feel like you're making things up, which I know people who suffer from autoimmune conditions, man, I can't imagine how you guys feel. How in the world do you guys go through daily life trying to get a diagnosis? You have to, oh my gosh, scream at the top of your lungs to get doctors to listen to you. And man, I work in the medical field, and I have doctors and people and resources that are, these people are my friends, or at least I thought they were my friends, but the minute you bring up something COVID related, people start acting so weird. I have so many questions about it. But yeah, the whole like autoimmune side, they've told me to go get testing for that, and I'm like, that's a hard pass. Taylor Swift, you don't need to be in my hair cabinet. I got a foster kitten, and her name is Taylor Swift. When they brought her out to meet me, she's a Siamese, and she basically makes this noise where she sounds like she's singing all the time, hence the name Taylor Swift. Just very curious. Why am I wearing these black things on my arms, you ask? These are sort of like waist trainers for your arms. I'm doing everything I can to not let all my muscles and my strength atrophy without killing my body working out all the time. Okay, any cat that sneezes gets medicine. Taylor Swift had she had a respiratory infection when I got her. I brought her home just thinking, oh, she's just sneezing. $800 something at emergency vets later, until I had to call the shelter where I got her and tell them what was going on. They had me bring her to the animal hospital down adjacent to them. She stayed 6 days there fighting for her life. Her foster mom here was a wreck. Got to bring her home finally. 10 days of medication. And she seems to have passed her little respiratory deal to my other cat. So it's like I'm having to medicate multiple pets. So many people have told me to return her, and I'm like, that's not how it works when you take in a pet. Anyway, back to COVID. I know some people who have, I can't say this word because YouTube, Facebook, other things, you know, they have tried to unalive themselves because of symptoms from COVID. Yeah. It gets so overwhelming, and you have no one to talk to. You have no one who understands. You have no one. I can't find my people. Where are my people? Where are you guys? Where are you, COVID long haulers? I need you. I need your tips. I need to know how you're surviving, because I'm having the worst time. If you're out there, help me, please.